What's going on, y'all? What's going on? What's going on? Sorry about the delay in the beginning here. Just trying to share myself. I ain't been over here in a minute, as many of y'all know. Just came to just came to chop it up with y'all for a minute or two. Uh this shouldn't be a long one. We get in here, say what I got to say, holler at some of y'all, and then keep it pushing, get back to being quiet. Just sitting up. Country hustle, what's up, bro? Man, you know what? One of the last things I did before I come back in the house, I literally want to thank you, bro. Them watermelon, you got me. I know it's late in the season. I don't care. I'm over here where I'm at in Texas. I got time, baby. I got time. I'm gonna make it happen. So, um, they still young, but got my starts popping, getting ready to put them in. So shout out to Country Hustle for hooking the boy up with a variety of watermelon seeds. And I just been planting a couple of them as I go here or there. Had a few of them, the heat whooped up on them so bad, man. Yeah, the vine died on. It was crazy. It was nasty work what it was. But yeah, I got that going. So I'm just chilling, man. I really, your boy been laid back in the cut, kind of grinding and um getting ready for what's going on right now, honestly. Cause it's like one of them situations. If you know, you know. So I just knew it was a matter of time, but for a whole bunch of this. What's going on, Adina? What's up, family? Jova, what's going on, bro? Welcome in, welcome in. Yeah, better get in here and enjoy yourself, man. I know it's been a minute, but I'm still around. I'm still standing. I'm still strong, and I'm still not finna turn my camera on today. So I know some people, boy, when they will, especially on this YouTube thing, I've been kind of moving around over there on the TikTok machine a little bit, but on the YouTube side, boy, your people wants to see you. They want to look at you in your eyes. They want to see you. I ain't even feeling. I ain't man. If you one of them people, you might well go and keep it pushing because I ain't turning on shit. Not today. No man, I don't feel like putting my hair up no more than it is. I ain't beat my face. Uh, I ain't got my lashes on, my eyebrows ain't done, or nothing. Nothing. So before I get up here looking too horrible, well, actually, y'all know I'm bullshit. I'm just not in the mood. I just don't feel like turning that shit on. That's not the level of entertainment that I'm finna engage in today. Either you stick around and listen to me, or you don't. Either way is either way is what it is. Honestly, I just got a few things I want to talk to y'all about today. Primarily talking to these silly preppers. You bunch of sillies. You're just you're just a big bunch of sillies, is what you are. Having bottled water sardine in your house and closet, and extra charcoal and propane, and got gas tanks all in the garage. So what's wrong with y'all, man? What's wrong with y'all? And the reason I ain't gonna keep this one too long is because maybe somebody will come back and watch it. Oh, thank you, Adina. I appreciate that. Yeah, old VP, old Vision kind of pulled me out the bushes a little bit. Uh, which, is a good thing. It's a good thing. But I got 3 points I want to raise to y'all today that I just want to talk about real quick. And then I'm gonna go and jump off of here. But one of them is I'm gonna start with the moon. Where is that picture? Let me see if I might be able to send it to myself. I meant to add that up here so it won't just be my my avatar. Boy, my wife was just in one of the best moods ever the other day, man. And I tell you, she got me stuck. She pulled me back into my 70s groove. I've been listening. What's the name? Whitehead and whatchamacallit. Ain't no stopping us now. We're on the move. I've been, you know what I'm saying? I'm One wouldn't think so, but in spite of it all, spirit's been relatively high. So I hope y'all doing and feeling the same way. Yeah, I want to accept you. That's what I want. Yeah. Have y'all heard about this moon situation? Have y'all heard about that yet? And the reason I'm bringing that up as one of the points of discussion today is because I can't help but wondering what's the point, and I'm gonna try to explain that and make that make sense here in a minute as soon as I get it. Soon as I get it up here, let me see. I'm even gonna I'm even it's a picture file, so it won't. It might pull it. It might pull it. So yeah, my bad, y'all. I meant to have this picture ready, but we gonna see. I might have to re-download it as a photo, and then go pull it as a photo and put it over here. Uh, so allegedly now we finna have two moons for a little while, just a little while. No big deal, no big deal. But here's the part that perplexes me. Uh, I check this out. This I like to cite sources so people won't be saying I'm just pulling whatever out of wherever, right? This is according to CBS News. This is according to CBS News. I'm finna read this for y'all. Uh, Article written on September 20th by Caitlin O'Kane. Caitlin O'Kane wrote this article uh, September 20th, and it goes on to say Earth will get a second moon for about 2 months this year when a small asteroid begins to orbit our planet. The asteroid was discovered in August and is set to become a mini moon revolving around Earth in a horse shape, uh, in a horseshoe shape from September 29th, which is today. It's today to November 25th. Well, before I go on, I'm gonna give y'all one more paragraph, and then I'm gonna get into some of these questions. Researchers at the Asteroid Terrestrial Impact Last Alert System, an asteroid monitoring system funded by NASA, spotted the asteroid using an instrument in Sutherland, South Africa, and labeled it 2024 PT5. Okay, stop. Stop. Just right there. We just gonna pump the brake. We just gonna stop right there. All right. Now, shit sound good. But I'm curious. I'm curious. I wanna know. I wanna know how some you just discovered a while ago. I'm just gonna summarize it up to damn the day for yesterday. You just now. Hold on. Let me put this up here. Hold on. Oh. That ain't what we talking about yet. But I just want that up there. Um, you just discovered some day for yesterday. You knew it was gonna be in Earth's orbit on September 29th, and you know it's gonna stick around to the 25th in a horseshoe shape, but you just discovered this. Now, it's two issues going on with celestial bodies right now, but let's just focus on this quote unquote. Y'all can't see my finger on this quote unquote mini moon we finna have for about 2 months. How did you make that determination for something that you just discovered? How do you know it wasn't gonna hit somewhere in Texas? How do you know it wasn't gonna hit somewhere in Malaysia, uh, or some province over in a stand country? How you know that, Mister NASA people, ma'am and or sir? And if it's getting pulled in to being out, and allegedly the thing is about the size of a school bus or an RV, you can't even see it with your naked eyes. Accordingly, you got to know exactly just where to look, and you got to have just the right kind of telescope, and you got to have all this, that, and the third. What the hell are you telling us this for? And why you making this such a big deal? What's the point? Oh, Bougie, what's going on, sis? Bougie says, still a prepper here. Toot toot. I'm going outside to clean up after Helene missed the. You know what, man? I'm so glad. I'm so glad to know all my people over on the East Coast, from Florida on up to the Kakalakis, is okay. Because a lot of people not. A lot of people not. And a lot of people prior to this, you could never tell them that a hurricane that didn't initiate off the coast. When I say off the coast, I'm talking about off the Atlantic, kind of like how Sandy or something like that did. That didn't start that far up north, would have an impact as far inland as it's having on people right now. And that's something else we're gonna get into a little bit today, ladies and gentlemen. We're gonna talk about this just a little bit. Uh Hell, while you're here, because I ain't did a live over here in a minute. So what's the little routine I go through? Hit the like button and share it out if you want to, yada yada yada. I don't care. I appreciate it, but I don't care. You feel me? So uh shout out to you, Booge. I'm glad you're doing good, my sister. But what's the point in telling us as the American population? Well, actually, the world talking about it. That's something else. They talking about it in India. They talking about it in China. They talking about it in wherever else that's got news stations. They all talking about. What's the point in telling us about this little bit ass rock? According to y'all, according to the professionals, the people who make these determinations on what's going to be said and told and put out into uh the ether, and what's not going to be. What is the point in telling us about this alleged little bit of ass rock that you can't see with your naked eyes at night or during the day, that's just going to be circling around the earth for 2 months? What's the significance? Why? Is it going to make gas cheaper? Is it going to put $37 on my light bill? Is it going to cover the internet? Do it, what the time is orbiting, do it give us free internet or something? So what's the point? I really don't get it. I'm open and willing to hear from anybody in the chat who want to add. Maybe y'all got some thoughts or opinion. Hell, y'all might know about something that I don't know about. But to me, that's just crazy as hell. And one thing life done taught me for sure: very few instances, very almost none. Don't nobody do nothing for nothing. All right, all right. For the people who left in here with me, for the people who stuck around with me, can y'all hear me? Somebody let me know in the chat if you can hear me. I'm just gonna use my other internet right now because I've been having so much doggone trouble with this particular company I'm using, switching over and changing this and changing that. Hell, I'm just gonna get off it for the rest of the time I'm on here. Uh, okay, Adina, thank you. I appreciate that, family. Now I gotta go back in here and get this up here so we can get into this because we gotta talk about this right here in a minute. But I want to finish this little space talk. And hold
and
on,
very
nobody told you start talking yet, boy. All right, you get back over there. Let me get off it. There we go. About right there. That's good enough. Okay. If y'all wonder who that is, that's like the union president. Hey, mama, my Renaissance grandma. Boy, I was laughing. My Renaissance grandma say, y'all need some more seasoning over there on my last video. Mama, when it come to my deer meat, when it come to venison, I really, really like the taste of the venison. Is real lean. Is not gamey. It's just got a real kind of not gamey, just this absence of all the other stuff that you taste in some other meat that you get from the store. Like you're not getting the preservatives and the chemicals and the extra salt water they add in it. It's just straight lean meat that's easy to make jerky out of. I'm gonna be doing that this season too, making some homemade jerky again. I ain't did that in a while. But mama was like my Renaissance grandma was like say bro, y'all y'all need to up y'all seasoning game over there because all I did was put salt, black pepper, and a little bit of garlic powder, and then I let the flavor from the smoker put the rest of the flavor in there, and I just kind of keep it pushing. I don't really, if it's some, you see the ribs was different, with the pork. I go hard on it. A bit of this, a little bit of that. I church it up real good. But with my deal, well, y'all, let's get back to this right here. Let's see. Scientists from the University Complutense de Madrid say have tracked the asteroid orbit for 21 days and determined its future path. How you do that? I don't. I So many questions. 2024 PT5 is from Arjuna asteroid belt, which orbits the sun, according to their study published in research notes uh, of the Astronomical Association. But Earth's gravitational pull would draw 2024 PT5 towards it, and much like our own moon, it will orbit our planet, but only for 56.6 days. I got so many damn questions. If something's strong enough to pull you in and you can see that part of it, how could, before it got here, how did you make a determination that it was just gonna orbit instead of coming through the atmosphere, burning up, or by the house, or landing in the middle of an ocean somewhere? How did y'all know that, man? Hey, Teresa, what's going on, family? What's going on? Now, I just got some questions. KP, Heaton, what's going on, KP? Welcome in. For anybody else who heard about this mess, did it run across y'all mind? Did y'all have questions? Was it perplexing to you? Was it puzzling or odd or something? How this little bitty thing they just happened to see, knew what it was gonna do before it got here, know how long it's gonna hang around, and then and when it's gonna dip out. I, I'm still at a point where I'm trying to disseminate and figure out what was the point in telling us that. That's just me. That's just me. Now let's get on to some other news before we get into what's going on with these dock workers, because I think that's the biggest thing happening on the planet right now for sin and in America. That's the biggest thing going on with me, and I'm sure some of you silly preppers probably done heard about it, maybe been paying attention to it as long as I have. You silly preppers buying up all the toilet paper and paper towels and bought water before everybody else gets some. Selfish. You're selfish. Woo! All right. Before I get into that, I do want to say this, man. Like Bougie was in here a while ago. I don't know if she's still in here, but uh much love and blessings to her and her family and anybody who has been touched or impacted by uh by the wow, man. I think it's being underrated just how impactful this past hurricane Helena has been. I'm not a I'm a news watcher and absorber, but not from the traditional sources unless they put out print uh, articles that I can actually read and digest online. Uh, Versus 20-second clips here, there, whatever. And from some of the things that I'm seeing across various social media platforms, this is like some Katrina level stuff. And I even came across a video of hey, what's up, Soul Sister? What's going on, family? Better get in here and enjoy yourself, fam. I've seen actually more than one. I've seen about 3 videos of people directly impacted over on another platform, and they're saying like, where is the help? Where the National Guard at? Where the basically where the people who's supposed to come pluck us off these roofs? Uh, Allegedly, there are especially in parts of North Carolina, in Western North Carolina, man, it's allegedly entire small towns is blocked off. Bridges have collapsed and crashed everywhere. Uh, People have set up Facebook asking people, "Have you seen my relative?" This is a big deal, y'all. It's people who did evacuate. Look at some of these videos, man. People came back to their houses. The ones who had homes to come back to, finding 6 and 7 feet worth of sand in, like it's a couch under there. You can barely see the top of the couch. You can't open the refrigerator door because it's 3, 4, 5 feet worth of sand in where your kitchen used to be. It's wild out here, y'all. Adina say it is. I have a friend in Western North Carolina in the Asheville, and she says it's horrible. No power, no comms, houses floating down the river. That's what I've been seeing. It's like, my heart break for everybody who being impacted right now. And one thing can't nobody say about me. I've always said you prepare for what you can and pray about the rest. You can have everything a situation you think you're going to encounter, but nature, aka God, not a reason to not do it. Soul Sister said, I smell a 15 city minute on deck, fam. Oh, yeah. See, Soul Sister, stuff is what'll pull me back in here and have me going live damn near every day or every other day because you not lying at all. I don't know if this or not. The requirements of what all entails eminent domain is when certain is natural, man-made, or whatever deems an area unsuitable, and folks can just tip right on in. There are people, literally hundreds of people, who this time last week had somewhere they had lived their whole life, probably for generations, and they'll never live there again because it'll never be the same. What's going on, Devora? Welcome in. Mitchell Neely say my daughter and her family live in Gainesville, Georgia. Uh, she said she was fine. Praise God Almighty. I know that's right. I know that's right. He had people, and what that is, it's people who like if you take some of the things I've seen coming out of Atlanta right now, it's literally people with a handful of they stuff on blow up mattresses, pushing it down the street like it's a river. And then in other parts of not only Georgia but Atlanta, it's people who like, hey, we fine over here. We lost power for a couple of hours and uh we good. So it's this contrast going on right now where everybody's circumstances is different. And I don't see why that's so hard for people to get or understand because hell, if you live in Dallas, if I'm way down in Pleasant Grove or something, if I'm in South Dallas and something happened out in Plano, it's the same metro area, but that don't mean I can't be impacted. Or I could be okay on the other side of town and somebody else could be fighting for their doggone life. I don't understand why that's so hard for people to get. That's right, Tracy K. Weather modification. And I'm gonna say this too. Thank you for saying that, Tracy. Tracy K, because you reminded me of something. I really don't. And for any of y'all who done followed me for a while over here on YouTube or anywhere else, YouTube or anywhere else, some of y'all was in some of them lives. How many years have I been sitting up talking about weather manipulation, man? When I was a young man back in my 20s, this is my shit, this is my testimony. I know the family members who thought I was crazy. Folks on the job who thought I was crazy when I was saying, chemtrail, what's the point in chemtrail? Oh man, you tinfoil hat wearing ass. You know what I'm saying? Oh crap. And now that it's being admitted, I could pull up news articles right now. It's being admitted. Been happening since the damn 40s and then picked up strong again in the early 80s. You silly preppers. You silly preppers. Just because your intuition and receipts and maybe the good Lord telling you something ain't right about what's going on around you, you silly preppers. How dare you get your ass out there and try to have a little bit of something for tomorrow? For the sake of you and for the sake of your family. How dare you? You silly, silly preppers. I never spend no money on no generator. I ain't finna buy that shit. Come what may. Come what it's coming. What may is coming at your ass full steam ahead. So you gonna get your wish. And I get it. I'm not being impractical. I'm not being impractical. One of the reasons y'all don't see me as much as you used to is because I've been handling business, man. I've been out of the mood to say the same shit over and over and over when I could be putting that energy into doing stuff that I need to do around here, getting it done. I can only show y'all, cutting down a tree so many times before it's like, okay, well, they down there, they clearing their land and they doing this and doing that. It's the same shit over and over and over. If I get tired of filming it, I know y'all get tired of saying, oh, he went hunting. Okay, I can only do that so many times. I mean, deer season kicking up, so it, a little different style of content. But I don't know what else to do except put all that energy into me, into us, into my family and my loved one. And anybody else who out there doing that, shame on you, you silly prepper. I see y'all comment. I hear that, Mitchell McNeely. Yeah. Uh, Tracy K said, sorry, brother, was driving. No, you fine. Don't worry about it. Take your time. You just be safe. That's what you do. You keep your eyes on that road and keep them hands at 10 and 2. Saul Sister said, I'm actually looking forward to some new conspiracy theories because all of mine are now fact. Hold on a minute, boy. I got to put that up on the screen, man. Saul Sister said, I'm actually looking for some new conspiracy theories because all of mine are now facts. And my sister, when I say that's exactly how I feel, that is exactly how I feel. You can't call me crazy, but so many times, and then, and you know what the irony of it is, Saul Sister? For every side eye you got, for every giggle or smirk or folks elbowing each other, here he go again or here she go again. You ever notice that when it's all said and done, they ain't got shit to say? I look at people like that differently now. I really do. I really do. And the reason why, and I don't give a damn who it is in my life. It could be relative, blood relative, friend, lifelong friend, co-worker, auntie, somebody at the church, somebody who lived down the road. The reason I look at you differently is because you're not man or woman enough to say, you know what, bro, you were right. You were right. You were right. I was wrong. I just couldn't have imagined or fathomed or wrap my mind around some of the stuff you were saying actually being credible and logical and realistic. And you know what, fam? You was right. My bad. No, what they would rather do is pretend and act like the shit never happened at all. And I'm tired of those people. I'm distrustful of those people because it speaks volumes to character in my eyes. And it ain't just got to be about prepping. Anybody who can't never apologize or admit when they was wrong, especially when you know they gonna be asking you for a case of water down the road, or what y'all got to eat down the road, or how you do this or how you do that down the road, and you still got so much pride after your ass was 100% wrong, you still can't say, bruh, my bad, fam. Or my sister, I apologize. I should have been doing what you was doing 2, 3, 4, 5 years ago. It ain't just limited to prepping. Hell, take my Renaissance grandma, for instance. She in here, she been eating some of the healthiest things that you could conjure up in the human mind. Some of us need to be eating that way. Some of us all right doing what we doing. But when you can't admit that, damn, she got something going over there. She got some, even people gardening. People who gardening, people who water bathe and stuff and just throwing it back in the cabinet. People who out here hunting for some of their food. I ain't finna eat that shit. I get you. I get you. Everything I grew up on ain't for everybody. Been there, said that too. That's why your boy just been back in the cut, minding my own business, doing what I do. Hey, Jamaica, what's going on, family? She said cloud seeding. Mitchell said, shame on you. I know, Mitchell. Shame on me. Silly prepper. My Renaissance grandma, aka Mama, said Proud 10 had wearing. I know that right. Because of what my sister just said. I'm ready for some new ones. Because I done been proven right too many times. To the point where I'm just like, Mitchell, no, I ain't raising no bees. I'm gonna leave that for the professional. I'm not saying I won't ever at some point, but right now that just ain't in my. I've been shuffling my cards, baby, and it ain't in my deck. Not right now, but I'm gonna get there. Uh, Tracy K said, "Word of advice before the masses realize what's up. Get your to get before there is none. Remember the stores with 19 is gonna be worth. This is finna be everything in 2020 times 20, in my opinion. Which is why we finna get into talking about these dock workers. We finna get into talking about these dock workers. Tracy K. Now I ain't gonna say his name because they've been in the shut down my life. But that the gentleman you mentioned right there, whether people like him or not, whether you feel however you feel about him or not, that man now will write about a whole bunch of things going back 20 plus years. Mitchell said he's saving it all. Jamaica said they don't have anything to say. They're asking you for stuff. It happens. It happens. And I'm trying. What's going on, Fallen Skies? What's up, Jason? What's going on, bro? And where there's a Jason, there's a Shanna. So hey, Shanna, what's going on, family? Welcome in, welcome in. Y'all get in here and enjoy yourself. Now we finna talk about this strike, right? Have anybody y'all put something in the chat for me? Give me a thumbs up or something. Put something in the chat. If y'all done heard about this longshoreman strike. I did a couple of lives on it a couple of times over on another platform, but I ain't really got into it over here on the TikTok. I mean on the YouTube machine because because uh, Fallen Skies said, hell, we under evacuation order now because of a bio lab fire. Stuff is crazy out here. My good, please stay safe. Wow. Mitchell say he heard. Okay, Mitchell heard about it. Yep. So y'all, day after tomorrow, the union, the longshoreman union, primarily on the East Coast and down here in the South, all the way from Texas to Maine, is getting ready to call it a day and go on strike. Y'all, almost all of us done heard that old saying, you never miss a good thing until it's gone. You never miss a good thing until it's gone. You know what a good thing is in my eyes? Not having enough shit in your house to last you a day and a half, and you fully aware of this, whether you got the money or the resources to get it or not. And then, I don't know, just knowing you got the luxury of getting off work that evening, you're going to swing by the store and pick up whatever you need just to get by another day or two. Whether people want to see that as a luxury or not, that's their business. But I think it's one. Another luxury is having a half an onion, a half a thing of mayonnaise, a quarter thing of mustard in your refrigerator, and you just so used to Grubhub and shit, you don't even care about cooking no more. To me, that's a luxury. Hell, not to speak the whole luxury of having somebody bring shit to your house to consume, to eat. I've lived other places, man. I ain't saying other places don't have it, but that's a luxury right here. A whole lot of this is finna go bye-bye. Let me get to some of these comments before I play what the union leader has to say about this, and we gonna get back to it. Adina said, "Yep, it's pending. Day after tomorrow. I believe that's the first. On the first, it goes down. It goes down. Whatever is in the supply chain, family, and whatever's already been offloaded on them docks, that's it. That's it. And by the time everybody catch on and decide they finna start making all these Amazon orders and buying tents and trying to pick up some solar generators and panels and shit, if you don't place your order and get that shit before it runs out, it ain't coming. I can't wait for y'all to hear what a union board member, a union official is about to say. And it still ain't gonna click with everybody. It's gonna be this time next month. If this thing lasts, he'll get into that. Let me see what Soul Sister said. Said people have no idea how bad things are about to get. 159 countries just dropped the dollar. Supply chain is going on strike. Shit about to get real. Family, let me put that over here too. And I'm gonna tell you why I'm finna put that over here. I'm putting that over there for one, so everybody can see it, read it, and remember it. And for all my people who've been rocking with me for a minute, man, have I not been talking to y'all about the damn bricks for the past going on 3 years? Going on 3 years, I've been sitting back telling people, y'all, I can't get into everything the way I want to online. I'm trying to drop breadcrumbs. I'm trying to say it without saying it. Then I finally got to a point where I'm like, F it. I'm going to come out and just put it out there blatantly, y'all. The dollar as we knew it ain't going to be the same in the next year or two. How many live back when I was on here all the time talking, I always trying to encourage, I always trying to get people to look at it from another point of view. Y'all, things finna change. Things finna change. If you ain't got it with you, if you ain't got it in your house or on your land or in your garage or in your shed, you might not be able to get it. And if it does still exist, can you afford it at that point? 159 countries, family. When I first started talking about this, it was in the 30s. Applications was coming in every day. Do people realize that half the majority of the Southern Hemisphere and even some allies have said, yeah, these sanctions, I don't really like how that should be hit. So yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and start trading either in my own currency. I'm finna trade this way over here. We still cool. We still cool. Don't get it twisted. Don't get it twisted. Don't be mad at me. But yeah, I don't really like the idea of you saying I gotta use y'all money, so I can't do this, that, and the third. So yeah, we're gonna move around. Right. Thank you for sharing that, Soul Sister, because you keeping my convo on track. Everybody is, but y'all reminding me of stuff that I forget to articulate because I'm trying to keep up with the chat and everything else. I know I'm behind in the comment section. I'm gonna get back over there. Let me take my sister comment down so I can play. I'm gonna play this and we're gonna go through together and we're gonna break this down. We're gonna break this down. We're gonna talk about it as we go. By the way, this is one of the union representatives right here. Let's go.
And they're spending it fast as they make it. I want a piece of that for my men, because when they made their most money was during COVID. When my men had to go to work on those piers every single day, when everybody stayed home and went to work. Not my men. They died out there with the virus. We all got sick with the virus. We kept them going. From Canada to Maine to Texas, Great Lakes, Puerto Rico, now the Bahamas, everybody went to work during COVID. Nobody stayed home. Well, I want to be compensated for that. I'm not asking for the world. They know what I want. They know what I want. And if they don't, no.
Let me stop right there, y'all. I think he gonna touch. And by the way, man, this is unheard of. Jason, 21 months as a member. That's just unheard of. That's a blessing. That's one of them people who've been around for a minute, both him and Shannon. Good people, family. Like I'm I know they've been making some moves, and they making all the right moves at the right time, in my opinion. And family, thank y'all for being here. Thank y'all for supporting uh, country dreaming as long as y'all have been. Back when we was African dreaming, back in the day, back in the origins, in the before time, the long, long ago. I thank both of y'all. Now, getting back to this, it kind of goes into what I said a minute ago, and I don't, it ain't gonna click with people. I ain't saying, drag your feet doing it, because we gonna see if, I don't know, by Tuesday or Wednesday, people start making that mad dash, that rush to get a whole bunch of this, a whole bunch of that. I think it'll be next weekend. And I think it really ain't gonna sink in then either. It's gonna be when it's no longer available, in my opinion, from what I've witnessed from my fellow Texans sometime and from my fellow Americans. It's real out here. And when you grow up in this beautiful, imperfect country of ours, you most of the time you done had shit. Even if you were poor. Poor people in America, some of the poorest people you could go interview or talk to or spend time with, man, they still live better than the middle class in some other countries that I've been to and lived in. That's a hard thing to come to grips with. It's almost like being in a relationship where one person don't love the other no more and the other one just fighting just as hard. Fighting just as hard as they can, keep that shit together. Make it all work. You don't realize that things have changed and this is over with. When people get to the point where look at, I see some people coming. Tracy K, I spoke to her. Jason still in here. Nicole Marie. I know I seen somebody, and I'm gonna get back to these comments in a minute. But y'all, and for all my people who got their pank out a little bit, and you think you finna bump it down because you might feel like you got the bread right now. If you think your way of getting by is you downgrading yourself from Target to the Dollar Tree, ask yourself this, ladies and gentlemen, for anybody who done never set foot in one, where in the hell do all the stuff from the Dollar Tree come from? Ma'am and or sir. Tuck by V, what's going on, family? Where do all that we talking about merchandise? We talking about two things right here. Actually, three: commerce, commodities, and availability. I'm gonna say it one more time for the people in the back: commerce, commodities, and availability. All of which are on the line right now. You silly preppers. You silly preppers. Shame on you for having some shit sitting in your house 2 years ago that people finna try to scramble to get their hands on right now. Once they come into reality of it. Shame on you for always thinking about having a little extra water. Some wet wipes. Formula if you got children, if you got babies. Extra diapers if you can, when you can afford it. Shame on you for the past couple of years been and took that extra $20 that you could have blew on some bullshit and said, "No, I'm gonna buy myself some more freedom seeds." Cause I'm either getting them local from the shop over at Old Joe's, and I've been knowing him for a while, or whether you run to the big box because Academy got them shits on sale. You silly, silly, silly prepper. A whole bunch of folk who got laughed at. You will never be told you were right. You will never be told you was on to something. Don't look for no apologies, man. Don't look for no apologies. Don't look for no you was right. Look for people to come to you looking for how to do what you did. Baby, I can't help you with that. It ain't even here for me no more if I wanted it. How in the hell am I gonna help you? How? It's so many variables at play right now that's making so many things come to an end, at least from the way we knew it. At least from the way we knew it. Y'all notice all the things I done said, all the shit I'm talking about. I ain't even got to the election. Oh, woo! I ain't even said a word about politics. This is just what else is going on, family. Let me get back to this man and let this man keep talking. Let's get it.
Then I have to go into the street and we have to fight for what we rightfully deserve. These people today don't know what a strike is.
Right.
When mine hit the streets, from Maine to Texas, every single port will lock down. You know what's going to happen? I'll tell you. First week, be all over the news every night, boom, boom. Second week, guys who sell cars can't sell cars because the cars ain't coming in off the ships. They get laid off. Third week, malls start closing down. They can't get the goods from China. They can't sell clothes. They can't do this. Everything in the United States comes on a ship. They go out of business. Construction workers get laid off because the materials aren't coming in. The steel's not coming in. The lumber's not coming in.
Ooh, I gotta stop there. Well, what's going on, Moose Man? Anybody else I might have missed? I'm gonna get back to some of these comments, y'all. But we gotta go step by step. We're gonna unpack this and talk about this and think about this, because just because this is where the confusion come in for a lot of people. Just because you can go to the blue big box store and they always got lumber, it may take 2 hours for somebody to come help you get it, but they always got something you work with. Just because you can go to the orange big box store and they always got something there. It may not be exactly what you need, but they got something you can work with. It rarely, never, if at all, cross people's mind that those items, those commodities came into America on a ship. You can drive from where I'm at right now to the nearest town for damn near 14 miles in any direction and see nothing but trees. That don't mean that house that's getting built down the road was made by lumber or timber that came from here, man. We talking about everything, people. From building materials, construction materials, housing materials, the clothes on your back, your computers. Go walk around your kitchen right now and find me something with made in the USA on it. Anything, your deep fryer, your air fryer, your refrigerator, your microwave. For my po folk in the world, go look at that Hamilton Beach. Go look at that Hamilton Beach blender you got and see where it may. Hell, I don't know, it might be. It might be put together over here, but all the parts, where did the parts come from? Y'all, this is going all the way back to NAFTA. This man is not exaggerating. He's not lying. Literally, for all my logistics people in here, for all my folks who went to logistics or my warehouse workers, maybe y'all understand, maybe y'all know. Hey, POA, thank you, Sweet Pea. I didn't even realize that. I can't even see that. Yeah, y'all hit the thumb thing for me. Y'all know I'm be on. Hey, Astatine85, what's going on? You know, when it's about a month worth of existing product in the supply chain, offloaded now. I will get credit for that. I'm talking about offloaded already. Just sitting in transport, sitting in transition. It's over 340 some million Americans in this country. And baby, if you don't think we a consumer society, I got a bridge to sell you, man. In Montana, sitting off oceanside property. If that's what you really think. It seems infinite because we so used to having access to so much at any given moment. Culturally, we're so used to getting to our doggone cubicles or at the workstation or the break room before you go out on the plant floor, and you done sat there and like, damn, I need some such and such. Let me Amazon it right quick. That shit might be sitting on your porch before you get off. I mean, by the time you get off work that evening. That's what Americans used to. And I ain't mad at us for it. But it's about to change. That's the damn problem. That's the point. That's the point. I hope this sinking in with some people. I really, really hope it is. Hey, Dizzle, what's good, bro? Let's get back to this.
They lose their job. Everybody's hating laws. They can't do this.
So much, I'm gonna take it back just a little bit.
Guys who sell cars can't sell cars because the cars ain't coming in off the ships. They get laid off. Third week, malls start closing down. They can't get the goods from China. They can't sell clothes. They can't do this. Everything in the United States comes on a ship. They go out of business. Construction workers get laid off because the materials aren't coming in. The steel's not coming in. The lumber's not coming in. They lose their job. Everybody's hating the longshoremen now because now they realize how important our jobs are. Now I have the president screaming at me, I'm putting a Taft-Hartley on you. Go ahead. Taft-Hartley.
Hold on, man. I just seen my family slide in here too. Jules on the run. What's going on? Welcome in here, girl. You better get in here and enjoy yourself. I hear you, Moose man. I hear you.
It means I have to go back to work for 90 days. That's a cooling off period. Do you think when I go back for 90 days, those men are going to go to work on that pier? It's going to cost the company's money to pay their salaries. Well, they went from 30 moves an hour maybe to 8. They're going to be like this. Who's going to win here in the long run? You're better off sitting down and let's get a contract and let's move on with this world and continue.
I want to pause right there for another point too, because I'm sure some of y'all thinking, because there's a whole lot of y'all out there smarter than me. Well, just hire somebody else, right? Just hire somebody else. Shit sound good, but check this out. You hear what this man said, 30 moves an hour. Who in this chat, raise your hand, give a thumbs up, put a 4 in the chat or something. Have you ever seen how big a damn shipping container? I ain't talking about the little one. I'm talking about the grown ones. The mamas and the daddy shipping container, the big ones. The ones that take up a whole size of a rail car by themselves. Them ones. You know what kind of skill and accuracy and how much you got to have your ish together to pick up and properly place 30 of them in an hour? Baby, you're not finna go down to the temp agency and have some. Oh my God, you can't make this shit up, man. You're not finna go down to your local temp agency and find 45,000 people who can replace the skill that these workers have, that it takes decades or years on years on years of apprenticeship and actual work to replace them folk. And I like to give an analogy because it's just a matter of time. It's finna be a whole heap of people who mad as hell at all the dock workers. So I pray that the Most High keep them and their family safe over the course of these negotiations. Because it's a whole bunch of people who finna be mad at them, baby. But I'm going to tell you what. One of the most insulting things an employer can ask you that I've lived through myself, knowing they finna get rid of you, it ain't that you done turned in a 2 weeks notice. In the words of Benny Siegel, I can feel it in the air. You can feel it. How the hell you gonna ask me to train my replacement? Man, these folks, 40, damn near 50,000 people getting replaced by automation. Damn near sentient automation. Everything from robots to gates to loaders to cranes to all of that stuff. Do I feel like it's inevitable at some point? But what these dock workers are saying, not only do we want more pay to compensate for how hard we working, we also want y'all to just eliminate automation altogether. I can't see no time soon where nobody finna give, man. The union ain't finna give or budge. And the people that they standing across the table from are not finna give and or budge. Oh, cause them robots is coming. Them robots is coming. They gonna be here. So it's like, I don't know. I guess this is one of the last stands by human. I don't know where Sarah Connor at. Shit. I don't know where Sarah Connor at, but this show's starting to feel real what's that? What? Come on, y'all. Nah, that's gonna went out my head. Schwarzenegger. I'll be back. No, that was another one where he'll be back. Go get to the chopper. No, that was another one too. Oh, he didn't talk Terminator. That's why I couldn't remember. Hell, he ain't say much in there. He didn't do a lot of talking. But yeah, it's getting real Terminator-ish around here, y'all. It's getting real Skynetty to me. But that's just me. I stay out of grown folk business. I spend about 80% of my time down here in the country and don't even find a whole heap of pleasure in leaving the house or the land the way I used to. So, to each their own. But it's going down. It's already going down. What the question is, what you gonna do for you and yours, you silly preppers? If you are a prepper, if you are a homesteader, and the certain forms. Hold on, before I get into that, let's let him finish. Let's let him finish.
Today's world, I'll cripple you. I will cripple you, and you have no idea what that means. Nobody does.
I'm before this live over.
And they're spending it fast.
The reason I'm gonna leave him up here is because this gonna be the last thing I play when I wind this live down. Let me get back over here. To the Nicole Marie say a storm is coming. Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. Hey, Nikki, what's going on? The everyday life of an OCD's chick. Moose Man said violence can erupt if scabs try to cross the picket line, and it is never good. Absolutely. That terminology, y'all, is not offensive. This actually goes back to, well, I ain't gonna say that necessarily, but what the reference is going back for anybody who has knowledge or history on some of the violence that erupted back in the day of when unions were first formed and stuff. It's always it's a game. It's the long game, and it's about desperation. And you had people who would break ranks and say, you know what, I got a family to feed. Not only will I come back, I'll even take less pay than you had me at originally. And that gets ugly on all sides for everybody, so on and so forth. I would encourage, and I think people gonna start doing it. You're gonna see it on PBS. You're gonna see all these documentaries popping up about unions and union growth and how they grew and how they shrank and all kinds of stuff coming up in the near future, because this is gonna be a big deal. It already is. It ain't hit home yet. Tuck by V said, not to mention the new people won't get trained because the trainers will also be on strike. Absolutely. Absolutely. ARD said you already know. And Country Hustle was talking about a load at the ports. Man, it's dangerous. It's hot. It's fast paced. It take a lot more than people realize. And y'all, One thing I know, sadly, for sure, is um, ignorance does come along with a certain level of blissfulness. Now, I might catch up with you just like anything else, but there are people who will play this down to the wire. I know some of them. I know some of them personally that I've at the point when I was caring enough to beg and pleading with y'all, please just keep something at home. Please just have a little bit of extra this, a little bit of extra that. Please, man, just do it for your boy. Do it for me, man. Yeah, I hear you. I'll think about it, or man. But these are same people, family, friend, other folk. Man, it ain't never go well. It's supposed to be like this. What a beautiful thing to live your life based on how things supposed to be versus the reality sitting right in front of your damn face. I'm supposed to be rich. I'm supposed to have 200 head of cattle in a perfect world. In a perfect world. That's how things would be for me in a perfect world. I call me too straightforward, call me a little myopic, whatever. But don't forget to call me a realist in the midst of it, because I don't understand at this phase in the game, how that shit's even in your vernacular, supposed to be, versus what is. Could you imagine driving 75 miles an hour in a 35 in a thunderstorm because in your mind you feel like it's supposed to be dry today? Well, the news has said last night it was gonna be sunny. It's supposed to be sunshine and dry today. So I'm just gonna do 75 and a 35 because that's how it's supposed. That's what they had said. They promised me. Childish ass shit. Man, it's woo. Mm, mm, mm. Mm. Y'all, the conversations that's gonna be being had this time next month, if if this go on a month, because it's about a month and a week worth in the supply chain. So the conversations now versus the conversations next month, and all the finger pointing and the blaming and what's wrong with these people? Why y'all what they call it when you go not looting? It's another word. It escapes me at the moment. What you call them when people hoarding? Why they hoarding all the sardines? Back when the news was already 2 weeks old, and now you finally realize you ain't got no more ramen, or you ain't got no more Rice Krispies for the baby, no Rice Krispie treats, and you know, onions is $4 each or $4 a pound and shit like that. Well, if it's the prepper's fault, you silly preppers, you shouldn't have been stocking up on this shit for the last 3, 4, 5 years. You shouldn't have been buying Band-Aids back in 2021. Why I can't find no bleach? The finger pointing gonna come from all kinds of directions. If in fact this strike lasts as long as it's projected to last. Did I say we gotta hold on, y'all? Hold on. Did I mention that we got an election going on in the midst of all of this shit? Now, please don't turn my live into a political live, because I don't want to. I'm not going down that road. Don't really give a damn about neither one of them. Super strong one way or another. I want to see people vote for whoever they want to vote for, because that's y'all business. Don't care. Don't care. Don't care. What I do care about is living amongst a population of people who ain't had shit for 2, 3 weeks that they used to go and grab in last minute their whole life. And one of the instances where my wife is in town or out by herself, somebody trying to snatch her purse or snatch her keys or do whatever because they see a woman loading up what little bit of groceries is left, or getting whatever left by herself and shit like that. That's what I'm worried about. That's what I care about. Y'all see these folk, and then look here, perfect segue. perfect segue into this next part of the conversation. I done seen people from, I want to say Duluth, Georgia, or it's some more. It start with an A. I can't remember. Um, I remember a lot of stuff people talking about Gwinnett County and stuff like that. Man, it's lines to try and get gas wrapped all the way around to the damn interstate. And this is just from a storm. Thank you, Nate. Nate B. Nate B said Athens. That's what I couldn't remember. Thank you, Nate B. Athens, Georgia. Wrapped all the way back to the interstate. Folk trying to get gas and stuff, man. Oh, hold on a minute. Hold on a minute. You know what else comes in on ships? Down here in the Gulf of Mexico and get refined right there at Texas City. Gasoline, fuel. I ain't gonna say gasoline, I'm gonna say fuel. Fuel, that crude come in and then it get processed down, it get turned into whatever, I don't know, ethanol, gasoline, unleaded, regular, premium, all that shit. It get turned into diesel, it get all of that right there. So in addition to your little camera stands and your little phone holders and all the other cheap bullshit you get offline, guess what else finna quit coming in with this strike, baby? That's right. Fuel. Your fuel. Kerosene. Kerosene is a fuel. It get broke down. It get broke down the same way diesel and the other the same shit you put in your car come from the same plant down there in Texas City. I'm speaking for Texans now. I know they have refineries in other places. That's not what I'm saying. But and that's a good point. Tracy K, thank you. No diesel, nothing can be made, including electricity. In an emergency situation, when these hospitals go down, that's another point. Medication. I'm gonna get to that in a minute, but let's stick to this right now. Diesel runs so much stuff and so many backup systems. When the hospital go dark and they on reserve power, big or small, they usually have a diesel generator somewhere on that property, whether it's down in the basement or outside or in a separate building. You can't run no diesel generator if you ain't got no damn diesel. Now, can you? I don't think folks understand how real this is. For you can't watch Saturday Night Live, you can't watch a damn TV show on regular TV or over on a streaming app without getting hit with all these different commercials, especially if you're in my age demographic, because they go by the kind of shows you watch. You get sold, they trying to sell you a damn pill every commercial that come on. Valtrax, shit for your heart, your feet. If you sweat too hard, it might cause nausea, vomiting, dizziness. It may make your left eye twitch and your right elbow get ashy as hell. But damn it, you'll sleep better. With that being said, what about people who have medications that they depend on to live that is shipped in? Have people got to this point yet? You worried about Big Mama? You worried about Paw? And it ain't. Let's not play games and act like it's just our seniors or our elders who take certain medications. What about that baby? What about type 1? What about all the people who need insulin? So you getting hit from two different points. If we're going to keep this shit a buck, let's talk about it for real. For one, you already struggling, fighting like hell to try to get the medication you need because it's sitting out on the dock somewhere because ain't nobody offloaded and brought it in. And then you ain't got fuel, so your house ain't as cool as it used to be because your refrigerator ain't on. And maybe it will be a cold winter. And you can just sit it out on the porch, on the deck, or leave it in the car because the car stay cool most of the time. Y'all, this kind of shit people really need to be trying to wrap their brains around. It's finna be a whole bunch of double, triple whammies that I can't cry. I haven't hit them yet. People out here with children, with kids, pawpaw medication, mama medication. What you gonna do? Are you trying to get extra now? Are you asking your doctor, hey doc, this what's going on in the world? I know everybody probably doing this. Can you go ahead and give me another script or two? You know what I'm saying? Just in case things get real, doc, can you go and get, go and give me another script, man. It's blood. It ain't like I'm finna go out here slanging it. Hell, it's blood pressure medication. My nephew, his thyroid. We getting what? Everything game up until it ain't no more. Everything is a game up until it ain't no more. I'm gonna read through a few more of these comments, family. Uh, Moose Man said, you can't charge your cell phone and cell towers will stop working. You cannot store fresh food for long. Real talk. And even with this storm that came down, man, I seen some of my people been going live lately. Man, cell service was out. It was gone. I've seen multiple people say, and not only, who remember back in the day, they used to throttle your stuff down real hard back when we had dial up and back when, the internet was coming into what it is now. How once you use so much of it, they just throttle you down and throttle you back. I seen folk in Carolinas, in the Carolinas and Georgia, saying that they cell phone provider wouldn't let them do nothing but make phone calls and receive texts. They couldn't get on the internet. So if you think that you got some kind of leg up just because you got this or just because you got that, baby, them folks giving you the access they allowing you to have right now. Unless you went to DeVry. Unless you went to DeVry and you know how to do some real cool shit with a computer and a cell phone, how to MacGyver that bitch. And I don't know how, which is possible. But for us mere mortals that didn't go to DeVry and don't know how to do all that, baby, the same way I'm sitting here talking to you right now, if the powers that be wanted this shit gone, this right here gone, it'll be gone. Ain't damn thing I can do about it. Except turn on one of these radios and try to go get halfway up a tree or something and see if I can pick up a signal. Holler at some of my neighbors. Or walk down there or something. Oh, it's real. It's real like that. Tuck by V said a lot of lubricants come from, they do. No diddy. A lot of lubricants come from refineries. No lubricants, machinery stop, from sewing machines to ships. And you know what, T, even though baby oil initially popped in my mind, you 100% right. Because let's say you have some trouble with the bearings on your wheels. Let's say you just trying to get your car fixed, ain't you? You trying to, man, let them folk run out of lube. You want your whole brake disc to catch on fire. you I mean, the dependency that we have, and I ain't even pointing the finger at nobody, man. We all grow in different ways and phases, and we used to different things. And some people grow up strictly in the city, and some people grow up in the country, and people go back and forth between the two. I'm just talking about survival. And some people finna have to redefine what hustling means to them and what survival is to them. Because if you just been making a lick off of strictly panhandling, hell, we all finna be panhandling. And if you a bit of a scammer or a scammeress, and that's how you been hitting your lick, baby, who you gonna scam and how you gonna scam when ain't nobody got shit? Woo! What Astatine say? Or American resiliency, we start setting up our own plants and using our own resources. Baby, it's Astatine now. You know good and well a whole bunch of us been doing that already. A whole bunch of us been doing that already. I'm more worried about the ones that ain't. Because whether we want to realize it or not, it's a whole bunch of people in this world, baby, who ain't worried about a damn thing except coming to take yours. And I don't mean that to Astatine. I mean yours, everybody in here, myself included. It's people who like, man, I ain't finna do all that. I'm not finna I'm not finna prep. I'm not finna garden. I'm not finna do this. I know such and such over there got all of this shit. We finna go get it when the time comes. Bring your ass. Come on. Come on. What she what she said on the Nutty Professor, I ain't no easy take. You know what I'm saying? You might go and get it out of me. But I ain't no easy take, baby. Better tip down that highway real slow. And when you turn to come down the road, come on in here, you make sure that's what you want. Let that be a real solid decision. And if you want to tip through them woods and try to come another route, well, good luck with that too, ma'am and or sir. Be careful where you step. Oh, you silly, silly, silly preppers. You silly, silly, silly preppers. Y'all, what's going on, family man? Uh, damn, I had another point. Okay, the calls. We talked about the calls. Even if you want parts, basically parts. Whether it be for your vehicle, for your car, truck, uh, replacement parts for appliances, all of that stuff come in on ships. Medication comes in on ships. A lot of tools that are used for construction and home building, they come in on ships. A lot of microchips come in on ships. A lot of the components used to repair, like I said, appliances, but also some of your electronics, so on and so forth, that come in on ships. Medical equipment. I hope that I hope this live, anybody who come back and watch it, I hope it sink in. I really hope everybody walk away with something from this. If you heard it already, if you didn't. As the team said, or it will step up the automation. All things he's arguing are human limitations. Robots will step up their robot game. As the team, I agree. My biggest concern right now is the duration of of that um, of that transition, so to speak. Because both parties might be like, I ride it out, and they might say, you know what, we can't replace y'all as workers, but what we can do is get enough people who went to DeVry or MIT or wherever. We're gonna get them out here, and since y'all want to play this game, we just gonna automate everything. We know that we gonna be down for 4 months. It's gonna take at least 4 months to get everything set up in place and be operational. So it damn near ain't gonna be nothing on the grocery store shelves. Don't get me wrong, we got a whole nother coast over there. We got a whole nother coast. They allegedly anticipate joining out of solidarity. At least one of the biggest ports, the port there in Los Angeles, allegedly will join the strike out of solidarity. So it's really about 80 some odd percent of goods coming in on the East Coast and the Gulf, and then with the rest, you got a couple ports on the West Coast, but the biggest stuff come through the Atlantic, not the Pacific. The most traffic come through the Atlantic. So Nate said, "What if they strike too?" I don't. I'll look shit. I hope you got some Band-Aid, bottled water, and sardine, Nate. That's all I know, bro. I don't have the answers, just some of the questions, cause it's a toss up. This thing could go either way. It could go either way, and I don't know what to make of. Before I get out of here, do anybody want to come up before I have my last little say and wind this thing down? It's going on an hour and a half. I done held y'all good people long enough. And if you do come up, go on hop up here real quick, say what you got to say. And if you knew about it, you knew about it. If you didn't, you didn't. If you're preparing or planning, if you a silly prepper, then come on up here and tell us why you a silly prepper. And don't be saying ha 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 na boo. But don't hit it like that. Don't hit it like that. Just maybe give some reasoning for why it's good to just have a few extra things. I ain't talking about years worth of food, man. I'm not talking about a whole lot of stuff that could be on the table. Just a little extra. That's all I'm saying. To me, as far as I'm concerned, that's perfect. If you can make it a week or so with just what you got in your house or out in your yard walking around that may have 2 legs or 4 legs that you could bust down and make you a sandwich. That's all I'm talking about. What ALD said. ALD said allegedly, but it's not this alone. It's what happens after there is a band-aid for a few months. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Absolutely. I hope I could. I think I can still bring people up. Cause I got, what is this? Y'all still a duck over in the corner. I ain't paying for this shit no more. I've been to quit paying for StreamYard and feel better for it. I be playing games, man. Every time you turn around, every 2-3 months, they want you to buy another package and increase this and increase that. Man, you know how many boxes of Freedom Seeds that depending on what you do. I'm up here paying a StreamYard, going live every couple days, or 2, 3, 4 times a week, paying for that shit. Man, nah, bro. That's about 4 boxes of double lot. Sure live. Moose Man say, I'm 68 years old and have been prepared for zombie for many years. I hear you, Moose Man. Said, my girl's family has land way out. If we get there, we can have everything we need, even grandpa's home. There you go. That's what I'm talking about. That's what I'm talking about. You do what you can. And I get it. Everybody can't make moves like everybody else. And it's a matter Movement said, at least you can let the vegetarian mow your grass for you. Yeah, I want them to. I want them to keep on mowing. You just go out there and be as happy as you want to and mow and mow and mow and get a little milk off for you and a little bit of this. I'm trying not to get attached. I know they feel that between us. I don't want to get too attached to you. I don't want you getting too attached to me. Because one of these days, you're going to end up with a little Tonys on you. And you know, I remember what we had and what we shared and our good times together. And I want to drink you plenty of water, eat plenty of grass, and nibble off them hedges and everything. Yeah. All right, y'all. It don't look like nobody coming up. Like I said, man, I'm going to play this one more time all the way through, interrupted, and then uninterrupted, and say a little goodbye and then dip out. Let's get it.
They make it. I want a piece of that for my men, because when they made their most money was during COVID. When my men had to go to work on those piers every single day, when everybody stayed home and went to work. Not my men. They died out there with the virus. We all got sick with the virus. We kept them going. From Canada to Maine to Texas, Great Lakes, Puerto Rico, now the Bahamas, everybody went to work during COVID. Nobody stayed home. Well, I want to be compensated for that. I'm not asking for the world. They know what I want. They know what I want. And if they don't, well, then I have to go into the street and we have to fight for what we rightfully deserve. These people today don't know what a strike is.
Right.
When my men hit the streets, from Maine to Texas, every single port will lock down. You know what's gonna happen? I'll tell you. First week, be all over the news every night, boom, boom. Second week, guys who sell cars can't sell cars because the cars ain't coming in off the ships. They get laid off. Third week, malls start closing down. They can't get the goods from China. They can't sell clothes. They can't do this. Everything in the United States comes on a ship. They go out of business. Construction workers get laid off because the materials aren't coming in. The steel's not coming in. The lumber's not coming in. They lose their job. Everybody's hating the longshoremen now because now they realize how important our jobs are. Now I have the president screaming at me, I'm putting a Taft-Hartley on you. Go ahead. Taft-Hartley means I have to go back to work for 90 days. That's a cooling off period. Do you think when I go back for 90 days, those men are going to go to work on that pier? It's going to cost the companies money to pay their salaries. Well, they went from 30 moves an hour maybe to 8. They're going to be like this. Who's going to win here in the long run? You're better off sitting down and let's get a contract and let's move on with this world. And in today's world, I'll cripple you. I will cripple you, and you have no idea what that means. Nobody does.
All right, y'all. That's it for me. I'm gonna say this, man. For all my silly preppers out there, keep being silly. Matter of fact, you know what I'm saying? Make you a couple tinfoil hats so you can swap them from side to side. Thank you, everybody who've been listening for years. When I was talking about all of this, eventually coming down the pipe, saw somebody in the chat made a profound statement a couple of times earlier. If you jumping in late, catch the replay. But I need and want y'all to understand this here. It's more than just this post shutdown going on, man. Countries are dropping the dollar like hot potatoes all over the world. Everything we living through some kind of massive, major reset. Everything it will and has to be reconsidered, reimagined. On the other side of it, we might not even be using the same money we're using right now. It's just too much popping off. It's too much popping off, man. Thank you to all the content creators who out here spreading the message on how to help people learn different tricks of the trade as far as survival and preparedness, getting themselves together, how to get your family together, for those who seriously talking about it and for those who really about that life. You never know, that one conversation you have might be that trigger that makes somebody look at things just a little bit differently and it end up changing their whole life. Honestly. And the last thing I'm going to say is not just thoughts and prayers. I mean sincere, heartfelt prayer and well wishes and good vibes and good energy and sustainability and the most uplifting energy I can send to all the people who being impacted and affected by this storm right now, because the news ain't talking about how people are really suffering from Florida through North Carolina and even some other parts in the East right now. They'll talk about silly shit all day. They'll talk about Diddy all damn day, 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, top of the hour. First news story and the last news story. But now you got people sitting out on their roofs and shit, hoping the National Guard or rescue crews or whoever, somebody come help us. And it ain't getting near the coverage that dumb shit get. And I'm tired of it. That's why y'all don't see me as much as you used to see me, because I'm spending my time and my energy and my will on trying to get my shit together. Until the next time y'all see me and I see y'all, you already know what it is, man. Country dreaming. Still being country in another country.